Then, okay, without further ado, are you done? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Here's Lisa Ryan, and she's going to talk about the law of business attraction.
Okay, so I have a question for you. What would life be like if you were able to go after your passions, dreams, see your vision, have it all come true, and not have to worry about your competition? Not have to worry about somebody else coming in and encroaching on your business. Being able to work in a spirit of cooperation and collaboration. When Catherine and I first started talking about this, I had read this book before, and actually I just found out from Catherine today that it's a free download online, so I'm going to put it on the website. But The Law of Business Attraction is a book that's a whole compilation of stories of companies and people and the lessons that they learned by working with their competitors in that spirit of collaboration. Because think about it, whether you own a company or work for a company, we all have competitors. And there are the competitors that we like, or maybe we think they're okay. And there are the competitors that, okay, well, maybe we don't like and we couldn't care less if they fell off the planet tomorrow, right? Do we have some of both? Okay, that's what I thought. But in the spirit of competition, or collaboration, if we could start looking at some of the competitors that you have in your everyday life and try to think of one thing that you like or respect about that person, it starts to set a foundation that maybe there's something more to it. I know in my own sales career, in my medical sales career, I competed against another rep forever. And we were just, every time we'd see each other at a trade show, we were just kind of duking it out. And then I started noticing that some of my hospitals really liked her product, and they really liked her because she totally rocked. She's a great girl. And there were some areas that my product would work in her accounts and vice versa. So I said, you know what? I like her. She's a nice girl. We've gotten together. We see each other all the time. Why not see if there's something that we could do together? And sure enough, we met, and over the course of the next couple of years, we actually exchanged. She helped me get into some hospitals. I helped her get into some hospitals. That would have never happened if I had not taken that original step of finding something, because I knew she did a great job for them. They liked her. They always said nice things about her. The Positive Thinkers Network is created on the premise that we're building that foundation, we're building that collaboration between people and really building relationships. And I know that in networking, we meet all kinds of people. But if we can just look for the good and how, like we did today, how can I help you with your business? What can I learn about you? Instead of being, and I admit it, I did it at my first networking event. You've seen people like me before. You know the Texas Hold'em people? Here's my card, here's my card, here's my card, here's my card, yeah. We've all seen them. Hopefully we haven't, or if you have been one of them, don't admit to it. Uh-oh, we have giggles. But it's finding out, instead of trying to get 28 cards that I did at that first networking event. Yeah, that's not good. Go for 3 or 4. Find people that you can relate to. Now the funny thing about what Catherine told you about how we met and how the universe told her to call, or she told the universe to have me call, what you didn't know on that is that I was really bummed out because I really wanted to hear Catherine speak. And she was speaking on the law of attraction. I really wanted to go to this event, but unfortunately I was speaking at the Cleveland Clinic that day, and the Cleveland Clinic just isn't a place that you cancel on. So Tuesday had come around, and I knew that the event was sold out, that the registration deadline had way passed. On Tuesday, the Cleveland Clinic called me and needed to reschedule. The second I got off the phone with the clinic. I went to the website. I looked online expecting it to be sold out. There was one seat left. But what I didn't find out until Friday is the reason that that seat was open is the director of that networking group actually was on the phone with a woman that she was creating that slot for. So in the 3 minutes that she was so graciously opening up one slot to a sold-out event, here comes Lisa Ryan, swoop in it! Yeah, that didn't make them very happy, to say the least. But I called Catherine right away and I said, I have got to share with you my law of attraction story. That was Tuesday, and it was the exact day that she had put it out there. So that's how, yes?
I was that person.
You were that person? Yeah. Okay. So Lori Hill is the person that I stole the seat from. And Linda still let her come, so it was a win-win. The other funny thing that has happened, and I know Catherine already told you a little bit about TUT, which I'll also put on the website, which is TUT.com. And every day you get a message from the universe. And a couple weeks ago, you know, my position was eliminated a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago. I've been working on having my speaking business and doing presentations and founding this group and all of this stuff going on. And you know how some days you just get poopy days? Am I doing the right thing? Am I supposed to be doing this? Should I just go back and get another cushy medical job? No, absolutely not. There's somebody in the audience, yeah, do it, do it. No. And that day, I was just kind of in a funk, and I said, you know, I really need to get a sign, I need a message, and I need it now. And I had the inclination to go to TUT and see what it had to say today. And what it said that day is, whenever something doesn't work out the way you thought it would, Lisa, instead of thinking that something went wrong, see it as something went unexpectedly well and for reasons that are not apparent to you. So, think about that the next time you're having a poopy day or something is going wrong. And let's say that together. Things are going unexpectedly well. Come on. Things are going unexpectedly well. In ways that are not yet apparent. And so think about that, because when you're following your dreams, when you're following your path, the signs will show up. It's just really knowing that we have to go and look for them. It's knowing that when we take the time to answer or to ask the questions, we also sometimes just have to shut up and listen for the answers to come out. So T. Harv Eker, who's one of the authors of this book and the compilation, and he also wrote The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He talked about that when your spirit, when you can take the spirit of your passion and your desires and combine it with your business and finances of that business, you are creating a collaboration. And you are playing, and I love the word that he uses is playing. Playing with like-minded colleagues, associates, and others in the universe that you are attracting to you to create something spectacular. And again, we want to think about that, of what the ways that we can collaborate with others. You know, I mean, we network. We all came here because we want to meet some really cool people. We want to build some relationships. And yes, we also want to grow our businesses. And in networking, the beautiful thing about it, and you all know this, when you meet somebody, that person may not be the person that's going to be your be-all, end-all whale of a customer. But who knows that they are going to introduce you to somebody who introduces you to somebody. When I first started at my first networking meeting, you know, the 28 card one, the very last person that I was talking to happened to be Barbara Sager, who's a Mary Kay rep. And I didn't want to have a Mary Kay party. I didn't want a facial. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. But she was a really nice woman and I liked her. And we decided to get together for coffee. She invited me to her networking event the following Tuesday. Tuesday, I went to her networking event where I met Robin Sachs, who is actually speaking here in March. She's awesome. She totally rocks. Make sure you come. Robin Sachs, on that Tuesday, invited me to the Cleveland Coach Federation. That I went to that meeting, and I met Patty Sadala and Betsy and Jim and probably half the people in the room that are associated with the Cleveland Coach Federation. If I had said in my mind, I don't need to talk to the Mary Kay lady, my life would be completely different because I had no idea the impact that that one person could make in my life. If I hadn't taken that 10-minute conversation to find out about her and get to know her, my life would be completely different, and I wouldn't be blessed to have Patty as my BFF. So thinking about all of that, the things that we can do, again, to build relationships. And sharing what you know. Never be afraid. I mean, again, in business, you know, there's stuff that we know, right? And we don't necessarily want to just freely give it out because we want people to pay for that information. If we freely share what we know with others and we give them up and above the amount of information that they are looking for, two things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to say, wow, she totally rocks. If she's giving me this much information for free, I wonder what she can do for me if I hire her. Number two, they might say, wow, she totally rocks, and I absolutely don't want to do that on my own. I'm going to hire her to do the whole program. So lots and lots of different things. And you know, the one time that you do get burned, it happens. We can't be afraid to go out and experience the remorse of not trying something versus, or the remorse that happens when we try something and it messes up versus the regret of never making it happen, never trying it to begin with. So even when you look at successful businesses, businesses that are focused solely on profit can only go so far. But when we take the energy in this room and we found those 2 or 3 or 4 people that we can help or we can introduce them, and we can take that and so on, like the L'Oreal commercial, you tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends and so on, of taking this energy that we've created today, seeing how that we can help others, and taking this out into the community. We can change Cleveland, we can change Ohio, we can change the world, but it starts here. And I just want to end on one quote that again was from the book that I absolutely loved. When you look at competition, in competition there are winners and losers. In collaboration, there are only winners. And you all are all winners, and I am so appreciative of all of you, and thank you so much for coming out today.